Hey guys, what is up? It's Rory here from Nintendo Life. Do you remember me? I've been absent for a couple of weeks, haven't I? Apologies for that. I've had some problems with my Wii U. Firstly, HDMI port. Oh, you know what? Nobody cares except me. Long story short, I've been Wii U-less for 2 weeks, but I'm back in action, and I have some Call of Duty Ghost footage for you guys today. I've seen a bit of footage floating around on the web. But it's mainly been from other consoles, and if it has been Wii U footage, it's been using the Wii U Pro Controller, which, to me, is just all sorts of wrong. Stop doing that, guys. Because, the reason that I think people buy Call of Duty on the Wii U and the Wii was for the pointer controls, and they are absolutely fantastic in Call of Duty Ghosts. To my mind, they seem a little bit better, somehow, than on Black Ops 2. It's really very smooth. If that's not coming across in the video, let me just clarify right now that this is pretty much rock solid 60 frames per second for pretty much all the campaign that I've played so far. I'd say I'm about maybe like quarter of the way through, it feels like, and it's 880 by 720, so it's still not even native to 720p, which isn't great, but it's still, it looks quite nice. The guns are very, very detailed. You got some nice lighting effects. Before we go any further, I'm just going to pause the game, and I will show you the control settings, because I know it can be quite difficult to get it spot on. This is what I'm using right now. So I picked the advanced control preset, and I changed just a few things. The dead zone, if you go to dead zone and go to hip dead zone, that was originally up here, and I just knocked it down 2 notches. On the vertical dead zone. I left horizontal as it was because that seemed to be fine. I also changed, aim styles. I changed the scope aiming to pointer because it's by default it's set to precision, which to me is way, 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 way too twitchy. I just can't deal with it. Some people can, I can't. And the last thing I did, I'm not sure where it is, but I took aim assist off. There we go. Aim assist. Turn that off. That's cheating. And it actually seems to hinder me, personally. I don't know about you guys. But yeah, I got some single player footage, should I say, for you guys. This is fairly early on in the game. I didn't want to spoil any story elements for you guys. But yeah, just single player today. John, myself and Martin are hoping to get some multiplayer footage in over the weekend, so yeah, look forward to that. We are starting a clan, or are they called squads this year? I'm not sure. I assume it's the same stuff, really. Yeah, NL64 will be the tag, and we'll probably be talking about that a bit more in the next few days if you guys wanted to join. I'm sure there'll be plenty of room. I'm not really sure how it works yet. I've not touched the online segment. But yeah, this video is really just to showcase the precision of the Wii remote. I just don't get why anybody would want to use dual analog. For online play, yeah, I guess, because aim assist is ridiculous, or at least it was in Black Ops 2, and you just didn't really have a chance if you're using the Wii remote, unless you were really, really good. From a distance, you're alright, but close up, like one-on-one, the dual analog player seems to come off better, like 90% of the time. Just another quick tip: if you aim down the sight and you hold the A button, you can aim in all 4 corners of the screen, and the camera will not move. Whereas if you let go of the A button, it will start to spin. So, say if there's 4 or 5 guys in the distance there, instead of having to aim around like this and recenter, if you just got them all in the sight, all in shot, hold A, and you can just pop around, at will, and just take them out, which is very, very handy indeed. I'm going to stop talking a little bit now and just let you, appreciate the precision here on offer. You can also hold your gun gangster style, like in Red Steel, which is so cool. But anyway, let me take this guy out quickly. That's how you do it. Did you see how accurate that was? I can literally aim at like any pixel that I want. It is, as they say, pixel perfect. And, the 60 frames per second really does add to that, really benefits it. Oh! Watch me die here now, straight away. So yeah, just to reiterate, if you're watching this and it's looking a bit choppy, I think that's to do with my capture card. I think it's on the way out. It's a bit of a pile of turd, really. But yeah, it's really, really smooth. I've not really seen any frame rate hiccups whatsoever, which is good.
Come on, they're executing civvies. Move in, move in. Riley, go! Riley, go!
Hold C while sprinting to slide. I mean, I remember in Black Ops 2 you could dive on the floor while sprinting, and people just used to like do that all the time on online. Just to, I don't know why, just to amuse themselves, I think, more than anything. Probably looked funny to other people. So yeah, if you've never used a Wii remote setup before, it's analog sticks to move, of course. The Z button is ADS, to aim down the sight. C is crouch, hold C to lie down. A is sprint, B is shoot, and you whip through your guns with the D-pad left and right. Melee is down on the D-pad, and jump is up on the D-pad. It's really, you get used to it very quickly, in fact. And yeah, like I say, I would never ever go back to dual analog if you can help it. I just cannot stand dual analog, it's awful. But here we go, we're going to see a bit more of the precision here. And you can just pop guys at will. It's just the speed and accuracy is just unparalleled on consoles. Just have to concentrate a little bit here. Taking some heavy fire from that helicopter. So like I said, it's 880 by 720. In places it looks really nice, and in places it looks, not so nice. There are some really, really bad textures in places. But it's a sacrifice you're gonna make for 720, for 60 frames per second. You see how I can just see the top of that guy's head, and yet I can still just get a shot in, even though I can see like 3 pixels of it. You just wouldn't be able to do that on dual analog without aim assist. There's just no way. I know a lot of people are reluctant to try the Wii remote because admittedly, there is a learning curve, and it can be a bit finicky at first and a bit fiddly. And people kind of try it for like 10 seconds and just like, oh, I can't do this. But I understand that it's fair enough, but I would really recommend you just stick with it for a couple of, maybe like an hour or so, and you should start to get used to it. And it's just so much more fun to play. See how I just took those 3 guys out then, just like in 2 seconds. You just cannot do that with a normal pad. And I'm told that it's maybe not quite as good as mouse and keyboard, but for me, it's more accessible than a mouse and keyboard. I find, obviously it's just a lack of practice on my part, but I just cannot play shooters with the mouse and keyboard. So I don't know where the buttons are. Whereas with the Wii, we're all familiar with the Wii remote by now, so, should be fine. And the, I'm not sure if it uses Motion Plus. I don't think it does, but the tilt on the gun is really quite impressive, actually. A throwback to Red Steel, 2006. Good times. See, could hardly see that guy, and I still got a shot away. So here I'm holding the A button, like I said. Like I was talking about earlier. Looks like we've cleared this area. Our dog is not happy. I'm not sure why. I can't remember what happens here. Like I said, I'm a little bit further on than this video shows, but I didn't want to ruin any kind of story elements for you guys. You can't get this on the eShop. It's retail only, unfortunately. And the game that I bought it from in Preston only had 2 copies in. And I don't just mean when I went. I mean that was the shipment was 2 copies for Wii U. That's all they got in. Okay, so we just need to shoot down this chopper if we can. Ouch. These are the kind of textures that I was on about earlier. Like, not so great in places. Anyway, let's focus on the task at hand, shall we? Ouch! Jesus. Is that a hit? Is that a hit? Yes, that's 1. And 2. No, still not going down. 3, surely. There we go. On your bike, Mr. Pilot. Alright, I need to get out of here pretty quickly. I need my gun back. Can't be walking around with a rocket launcher. There we go. That's not mine. That's not what I was using, is it? I had an ACOG. There we go. A honey badger. That's the type of gun now, is it? A honey badger. A friend of mine tells me that honey badgers are actually very vicious animals in real life. So yeah, beware. Beware of the honey badger. Thankfully not, I don't think they're native in the UK. But yeah. You never know. You never know when you were going to run into one. Right. I can't remember what happens here. Is this the end of the level? I'm not sure. It is, I think. Let's just be double sure, shall we? Doubly sure. Oh, maybe not. 20 minutes later. I think it's going to be another cutscene, isn't it? Oh no. No, it's not. Okay, we'll get to the end of this level at least then. Why not, hey? Why not? So like I said, we'll probably have some multiplayer footage going up over the weekend. And if you want to get involved in that, I don't know if we're going to put anything on the site about it. If you want to follow me on Twitter, that might be the best way to do it. I'm sure me and Martin and John will be talking about it at some point. It'll probably be Sunday, I think, because I'm a busy bee on Saturday. Football calls. Ah, right, okay, yeah, I remember this, but you kind of come in here. I'll be honest, I've not been paying attention to the story at all because, you know, it's Call of Duty and it's just convoluted nonsense. But I think this guy is your dad. And that's all I know.
Dad, they're executing civilians.
Yeah, you kind of start off in your hometown and it gets absolutely decimated. I think the plot basically goes that America is getting attacked again. This time by the South American countries, I think, over oil disputes and stuff. Firing missiles from outer space. And there is an introduction where you're actually floating in space, which is pretty cool. Not quite as impressive as the Mass Effect 2 intro, must be said, but still cool nonetheless. Do we have any more shooty bits? Do we have any more shooting to do? I don't think we do. So we're just going to wrap this up now, guys. This has been Call of Duty Ghosts for Wii U. 60 frames a second. And like I said, if you're picking this up, please, I urge you to at least just try out the Wii Remote controls. I know using the off-TV play is a great feature. It's nice to play when you're tucked up in bed. But please just give the Wii Remote a try. And until next time, guys, I am signing off. Farewell.